Hey, it's Marion from the Bulletproof Backs channel. I want you to bring up the image of the Barbie in the box. Remember as a kid going through the toy stores and seeing Barbie boxed in her little box. It's an image from my childhood that I can recall quite easily, and I'm not sure where I heard this, but it really resonated. Imagine you now standing in your world and you are the Barbie. And the box is your current view of the world. We're all limited by the constraints of what we believe within our box. And I'd invite you to inquire and think about who shaped your box? Who shaped your ideas about your back and what's possible? Our healthcare box has been shaped by drug companies. It's been shaped by a traumatized culture, a disconnected culture, a culture that values intellect over heart, that drives decisions from logic rather than feeling. It's based on, it's heavily biased by money-making agendas. I'm sounding like a conspiracy theorist, aren't I? Whether we can conceive it or not, we have all placed limits on ourselves based on the society we were born into, shaped by our parents, shaped by teachers, shaped by healthcare practitioners, shaped by conversations, random conversations. But essentially, more and more, we are realizing the limits in our beliefs about what's possible for this amazing thing that we get to live in. So here's a little practice I'd love you to just sit with. Pen and paper would be ideal. I'd love you just to write down what do I believe about my ability to be free of my back pain? Yes or no? Is it possible? If it's possible, what's required? If it's not possible, why not? And just write. Write whatever comes without judgment. Write it all down. It's all, you need to see what you're believing. Write it, write. And then I'd love you to go through every single thing you've written and challenge it. Challenge it with when did I form that belief? Was it mine or was it given to me by somebody else? You know, the classic are the people that come in and say, well, my dad had a bad back, my mum had a bad back. There must be something in our family that means I need to have a bad back. You know, we all have a back pain story. I've said it many, many times. But today I'd just like you to imagine or understand that the story you've told yourself may not be the full truth. Outside of your box, there may be 100 other possibilities, other hundreds and thousands of other ways of perceiving your current situation. And if the way you're viewing it is causing you distress, then you need to step outside your box and find another way of viewing the same situation that makes you feel empowered and hopeful versus disempowered and fearful. Those two words go together. Disempowered, fear. Empowered and hope. The whole concept of this channel and of my podcast is about transitioning you from disempowered fear to empowered hope. And there's an agenda. There's a lot of people that say we shouldn't offer false hope. Well, of course we shouldn't. But we also shouldn't cap people's beliefs about their own healing because we simply don't know what's possible for people. Who would have thought a 16-year-old girl could sail around the world independently by herself? You know, every day there's humans demonstrating that what we're capable of is more than what the mainstream tell us we're capable of. And so today's process, I guess, is to look at all those beliefs you've written down and to understand you can rewrite them, you can dissolve them, you can choose to expand your box. I don't know how big, it may take time, but expanding possibility comes via listening to stories from people who've already done it. Listen to my podcast, it will help. It comes by understanding there's many, 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 many ways into our system. And perhaps if you've been knocking on certain doors and getting rejected, then just simply keep knocking. Find a door that lets you in. Believe there's a door that can let you in. Change your agenda from I don't believe to I might possibly start to open to the possibility. It's a big leap from I don't believe to I do believe. There's a transition space of, well, maybe I'll open my mind. I'll see. I'll try a few more things. Doubt and knowing are two different energetic states. And yes, it's a big leap, but it's your leap to take. And in every area of life, we get what we believe we are. If you believe you're an injured victim of back pain, that's going to be your day-to-day reality. If you believe you were born into a body that is hardwired for healing, and that if you haven't experienced up to this point, it's because there's some stuff going on that needs to be dissolved still. Maybe it's just some limited thinking. Maybe it's some emotional addictions or emotional suppressions that need to be felt and moved through. Maybe it's some awkward movement habits, some alignment issues that you can work and move your way through. It'll be whatever you say it's going to be. That's the irony. When I say, what do you believe it's going to take? Whatever you write there is possibly exactly what's going to be required because you're believing that's what's required. So look at your list. Is it that you have to get core strong? I get that a lot. People think on their list, they put, I have to get my core strong. Is it? Plenty of people walking around out there with no core who have no back pain. Plenty of people walking around out there with awesome core who have back pain. So a question, where did I get that from? Is that a concept that's been sold to me? Where from? I know it's a mainstream media concept. I question it a lot. Not saying it's wrong for you, but also just sit with it. Is it? Is it actually what's required? I don't know. Look down to the next thing on your list. Is that actually real? Is that actually what's required? How will you know? I know I'm asking a lot of questions. But any situation we find ourselves on a revolving circuitry needs us to pause and reflect and get off the wheel. Whatever we chase runs away from us. If you're chasing health, it's going to keep running. If we simply stop, get off the treadmill, breathe, and acknowledge we are whole without whatever we perceive we need. So I guess the irony of what I'm saying is Stop chasing a bulletproof back and it will come. Stop feeding into the fact that there is even a problem with your spine. And I know that sounds random because you're sitting there in pain and you'll say, well, of course I'm in pain. Of course there's a problem. Pain means there's a problem. Yes, pain is that invitation to look at some stuff. But stretching and inquiring and challenging a lot of our habitual thinking is where we can learn to step outside the box and see the other perspectives. And I guess that's part of the Bulletproof Backs framework, is that it starts within this constrained mind, which then feeds us these horrifically toxic emotions, which are biochemistry, which affect cellular motion, which affect our ability to heal, which affect which nervous system we're in. It even affects how we move. And then we come along in the traditional model and we try and come at this issue from the physical end result, rather than realizing it started way back when with a thought, usually. I've seen patients who have so much physical damage to their back, car accidents, trauma, and you look at the body and you just think, I have no idea how that's going to end up. And yet, knowing the person and the spirit living in that physical body to be positive, to be energized by life, to be on a mission of service, I'm astounded at their progressions. And the opposite is also true. People with relatively minor damage can become absolutely disabled by the experience because of what's going on in their psychology. And I'm not a psychologist. I don't need to be. Your body's your own psychologist. When you learn to work with it, it will reveal all you need to know about you. I'm a facilitator of the process. I think talking doesn't achieve much. I think feeling transmutes so much in an instant, and we feel it, and our body feels lighter. And anytime we move and shift something within our emotions and our body feels lighter, we have moved steps closer to feeling healthy, aligned, more peaceful, more integrated. So yeah, get your pen, put a big question mark beside everything you've written. Ask yourself, is that really my truth? Where did I get that from? And if you can work through that process, then you get to choose. What would you rather believe about your situation currently? Would you choose to believe you're broken, or would you choose to believe maybe you're temporarily broken, but you're on your way to healing? It's a process. Your body just hasn't caught up with where your headspace is yet. I like that idea. You get to choose. And I'm your biggest supporter of believing in your own ability to heal, believing in your own ability to let your body just get on and do what it needs to do. Can healing be instant? Yes. Can pain dissolve in an instant? Yes. I've seen it so many times. Pain can dissolve in a moment when we realize there's nothing to fear about it, that there is no problem. It's just a perception. It can dissolve. I'm not saying that will be your experience, but I am saying the need to keep telling our story, to keep finding the next therapist, to keep looking outwards is a cycle of self-perpetuating an identity of a pained person, which is the very thing you're trying to not be. So to become the identity of someone who doesn't have back pain, you pretty much need to get on with life as if you don't have it. What would you be doing today if pain wasn't an issue? Go and do it. Condition your nervous system to know that that's not you anymore. And these are big statements, and I know they may trigger a lot of people. And it's a process, and I'm not the person to push you or tell you it has to happen today. I am here to sow the seed, to challenge your thinking a little, and to say it with absolute compassion and love for where you are right now. My program helps. It's all laid out. It's all there. Just got to wake up every day, hit play, listen to a video, do a bit of a process, work your way, help you shift your box. Or obviously I can work with you one-on-one. Just apply for coaching on my website, www.bulletproofbacks.com. Just know it's possible. Ciao for now.